I'm Laine Lawless. I'm going to talk today about illegal immigration, feminism, Europe, and the survival of the white race. I'm going to be very unladylike, and I'm going to use some harsh language, so if there are any children in the room, please let them out and make sure they don't hear any of this, or use me as a good example of things that should not be said. I've been hearing about so-called fake feminists in Europe saying, "Oh, better a rapist than a racist." Are you sons of bitches crazy? Now I understand these are the feminists, fake feminists, in Europe who are prostitutes and they're interviewed by the media. I get that probably most women who call themselves feminists in Europe do not say stupid things like that. The violation of woman is like the most fundamental thing that a man can do against a woman. You dishonor her. You dishonor her people by violating her. Now the thing is with these Islamics in the United States and in Europe, this kind of stuff is not rocket science, okay? It's behaviorism 101. You take that class when you go to college. It's Introduction to Psychology. Behaviorism 101 basically says if you do something, which is the stimulus, and people perceive it as bad, and the response is punishment, then the behavior will be extinguished. The behavior will stop because punishment is unpleasant to most people. If you do something that people think of as bad and you're rewarded or you're not punished, then the behavior will continue. Okay? It's not like people don't understand this. There's a big mind behind this wave, this tidal wave of Islamic immigration. It's the New World Order. It's the power elite. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get us all mixed up and fighting with each other. When we fight with each other, all the races fight, we have a civil war, then that gives them a justification to declare martial law. Whoa! Here comes the police state. You think you're living in a police state now? Ho ho! Just wait until civil war breaks out. Now, here's the unfortunate thing about this. The problem is that when we had small numbers of people whose culture was very different from ours coming in, we kind of shined it on and we went, okay. Now there's like a tsunami of people coming over. And keep in mind, we in the United States, we've been dealing with this for 40 years. 45 years, probably almost 50. In 1965, a bill was passed that opened up the United States to the third world and slammed the door in the face of Europeans. So we've been dealing with this for a long time, and we've been too complacent and too apathetic about it. Now it's time to rise up because we are going to lose our countries. We're going to lose our Volk. We're going to lose our culture. Our women are going to feel violated. They're going to be afraid. What they're doing is they're creating a culture of fear so that we're afraid to go out. Well, here's a message for my European sisters. Lock and load. Lock and load. Wherever you go out, have a weapon with you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a piece of lead pipe. It could be a golf club. That's what minorities carry in the New York subway. They carry golf clubs. It could be pepper spray. It could be a big knife. It could be a small knife. It could be any one of a variety of different things. It doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to be prepared to defend yourselves. Now, people think that feminism made men soft, both in the United States and in Europe. Let's stop blaming feminism. Let's stop blaming the quest for equal rights for women. I'm a real feminist. I've been a feminist since the 1970s when we were called women's libbers, okay? I understand there's differences between men and women. I don't want to be a man. I'm not a man. I don't look like a man, okay? I get that. What makes us different is our guts and our hormones. Hormones create the person that you are. I understand that women and men are different, and we're not going to muddy the genders. That's not going to work. But the thing is, here's a message to the men of Europe. If you will not stand up and fight to defend a woman who might be your mother, your sister, your wife, or even a female who might be your child, who are you going to stand up and defend? When will you be prepared to fight? What will you be prepared to fight for? These disgusting, savage Islamics have no respect for anyone. They don't respect women. They don't respect children. They don't even respect animals. Because having sex with an animal, practicing bestiality, is okay with them. That's not sex. You stick your thing in an animal that basically can't consent or not consent. It's not sex. It doesn't count. We won't punish you for that. Maybe that's why they have sex with female girls too, young girls, and why they can marry them at age 9. That's crazy. We can't let these people stay here. Here's what needs to happen. We need to defend ourselves. Every moment of every day, we need to protest in any way that we can manage to do it. Now, I'm in my 60s. I'm a senior citizen. I don't think people expect me to do much. And I'm probably not going to do much but get the word out and try and educate people. But we can't allow this to continue. In the 1960s, when Russia was sending missiles, nuclear missiles to Cuba, President Kennedy, who was a Democrat, created a naval blockade around Cuba, and he refused to allow Russia to deliver any more goods to Cuba. This was a standoff. It went on for months, but we won eventually. This is what needs to happen. There needs to be a naval blockade around Greece and Turkey. These people need to be turned back. They need to be not allowed to continue. All the ones who are here, they're military-age men, 18 to 40. They're going to fight. And because there's no penalty for abusing women, abusing their hosts, abusing their host countries, they're going to continue to push the envelope and things will get worse and worse and worse. I don't think anybody wants that. Come on now. We're civilized people. Do we want the white race to die out? The white European race? If things continue the way they are, the only white people left in the entire world will be in Russia. Because Russia has sense enough not to let these sons of bitches in. So stand up, defend your folk, defend your country, defend your culture, defend your way of life. And don't let these scummy prostitutes and media tell you anything differently. This is a war, and we have to win it or we will not survive.